So 1 Corinthians chapter 12, we talked about the very first verse. God says, I don't want you to be ignorant concerning the spiritual realm. In 2024, there is more ignorance of the spiritual realm than ever before. And sadly, there's more artists who have always been demonic. Now they're openly demonic. In the industry, on Hollywood, and I'm speaking about Hollywood and artists because that's kind of what is creating the culture in the West. And culture in America is reflected all over the world. I'll never forget when I went to Paris, France in 2005, I think it was. I was in the Arabic neighborhood, all Moroccan, Algerian. And when I arrived, everyone was wearing Tupac shirts. And when I was walking around the streets of Paris in my neighborhood, and everyone was wearing Tupac shirts, I was like, hey, I'm from America. And they're like, oh my God, wow, nice to meet you, American. West Side, West Side. They also do that to me. And I was heartbroken for it because I was saved, radically saved, and I hated the American music culture because it was imparting and teaching sin, disrespecting women, drugs, violence. I really despised it at that time. I was freshly saved, and I just hated that. And I was so sad that that's what they think of America. They think of America, they think immediately of what's coming out of Hollywood when they think of America. And as a matter of fact, one of the French guys told me, oh, I want the American woman, yes. I looked at him, I said, what the heck? And he's like, American woman, very easy, bro, right? Very easy. And I thought to myself, why is they thinking that? I said, my sister's not easy. I said, my little sister's not easy. My grandma's not easy. Well, why would you say American women are easy? And he's like, come on, I see the movie, an American movie. And I realized that America is portraying this image through Hollywood, through music, that everyone is just fast and easy. But they're not only portraying that image to France and to Africa and to Asia, but they're portraying that image to young people. So now, here we have it, 2024, and now the average high school student is doing all these things that we used to see in the movies in the 80s and 90s. So what we would see in the movies, now that's the norm for kids. Kids nowadays are, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to say things, there's Ethan here and Asher, but kids nowadays think it's very normal to be perverted. They think perversion is normal. Some, I'm not going to say because the kids are here, but it's even said in the schools that some of the sexual sins and perversions are just like kissing now. It's just like kissing. They see it as just like kissing. So it's become that way through the seeding of Hollywood. And what's behind it? What's behind it is perverts, of course, but also satanic and demonic spirits. The Bible says that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. For decades, there's been occultism and Satanism in Hollywood and in Washington. And all of this stuff that was hidden and secret, now it's in the plain. Now our artists, I Spies and Little Nas, and the list does go on and on and on. Ripley's another one. But the list goes on and on and on and on. They're openly worshiping Satan. I'm just pointing to the TV screen because I'm saying through the TV, The list goes on and on and on. They're openly worshiping Satan. They're openly saying, yes, I sold my soul to the devil. For example, the island boy just trying to make it. Those singers, they openly say, I sold my soul to the devil. That's how we got the contract. They're openly saying this. And even some of the bigger and the more larger artists are openly saying they're members of the Illuminati. And there's even a new song by some famous big artist talking about how they joined the Illuminati and how, and how how they're proud of the Illuminati. And before it was a secret, it was a conspiracy, like social Illuminati, and oh yes, conspiracy theory, I don't know about that. No, now they're saying, yes, I am in the Illuminati. Now they're just openly about it. So what started off, as just what we were projecting is not only what foreign countries were seeing, but it was really what it was intended mostly for us to see it and for us to accept it and for us to allow it to become the norm. So all of these things are actually things that are happening because of the demonic realm, what's happening in the spiritual realm. So now we have churches that are less spiritual and people who are more spiritual. People are burning sage and doing seances and worshiping spirits and going to psychics. And the world is becoming more spiritual and the church is becoming less spiritual. Let's not speak in tongues. Let's not do all the miracles. Let's not prophesy. And they're despising prophecy, despising miracles. So the church has become less spiritual. And even yesterday, we had a Chinese lady that you might have, I don't know if you did you come to my housewarming party? We had a housewarming party here, and I invited a Chinese lady and a Chinese husband here, and we were praying for them, and last night they accepted the Lord. They got saved last night. The wife did, the husband wasn't there. But the husband knew about Christ, wants to go to church. She was a Buddhist, didn't want to go to church, but she gave her life to Christ last night. And she said, in my Buddhist temple, everyone's going. She said, all the Mexicans are going. She said, I don't know, I thought Mexicans were Catholic. I said, they are Catholic. She said, well, all the Mexicans, hundreds of Mexicans are coming because in our Buddhist temple, we have a psychic from China that's come. And he can tell you when you're going to die. He could tell you if you're going to own a house, if you're going to be successful, if your kids are going to get married. Are they going to marry an American? Are they going to marry? And this psychic, Mr. Chuang Long Leo or whatever, he knows everything about everybody. And so all the Mexicans are coming. Hundreds of Mexicans are coming. She's like, and she's like, what is that? Like, is that true? Is that real? How can he do that? How come he knows everything? But what broke my heart is that all the Catholics are going. All these Mexican people who believe in Jesus, believe in the Virgin Mary, believe in the cross, they're going. Why are Christians going to the occult? It's because they don't see the supernatural in church. They don't see the power of God in church.